The Olympic game is coming very soon, and today I'm gonna break down the men 100 meter dash, the most exciting event of all in track and field. I mean, I'm a simple man, I wanna see who is the fastest. And this year we have Kishane Thompson versus Lyles. This Olympic game is going to be absolutely crazy. In fact, I think it's going to be the fastest Olympic game since 2012. We have so many people who can run 9.8 very low or even 9.7 that the final is going to be close. And if someone tells you that he know exactly what is the top 3, he's just straight up lying, because I mean, just look at Tokyo. Who could have predicted that Lamont, Marcell, Jacob was going to win? Nobody. So today I'm gonna try my best to predict the men 100 meter dash, but like I said, it's very wide open and it's very difficult to predict who's going to be 1, 2 and 3. Alright, let's get started. The first person I want to talk about is Degrasse. I know, he hasn't been that fast this season, only a season best of 10.0, but hey man, listen, it's the Olympic Games, so you know that Degrasse is gonna show up, drop a PR in the final, and maybe grab a medal. Even if all season long he was running 10.0, he's gonna drop a 9.9 very low or a 9.8 at the Olympic Game. I mean, he's the bronze medalist from the last 2 Olympic Games, so he has already done it. And that is why you should never count out Degrasse. Now, with all of this being said, it's going to be very difficult for him to grab a medal, because he's gonna have to PR and maybe even, drop a Canadian record if he wants to grab a medal this year. But like I said, it's Degrasse and we never know. Then let's talk about his training partner, Lamont Marcell Jacobs, the last Olympic champion. He's looking pretty good this season, I will say 9.92. I mean, the last Olympic game, his season best was 9.95. And in the final, he dropped a 9.80 and with the Olympic title, so we never know with Lamont Marcell Jacobs. I think that this year he's going to be in shape to drop a 9.8. Is it going to be a 9.8 low? I don't know, but he's going to be in the final, that's for sure. And he's going to challenge for a medal in my opinion. But just like I said for Degrasse, it's going to be very difficult because the competition this year is just absolutely crazy. Then let's talk about Letsile Tebogo, the silver medalist from last year's World Championship. I mean, he's looking good. He had a great start of his season. Then, something happened with his mom and it was a little bit more complicated, but then he just came back at the London Diamond League, dropped a 9.88. So one thing for sure is that Letsile Tebogo is going to be in the final, and that is going to be there challenging for a medal. I think that he's definitely gonna PR in the final, and one thing for sure is that Letsile Tebogo can handle the pressure, because we had the proof last year. I mean, he won 2 medals. So he's gonna PR in the final and he's gonna be very close to a medal if he does not grab one. Now let's talk about Akani Simbine. He's in the best shape of his entire career in my opinion, and I think if he runs his best race in the final, he can grab a medal, because he has a PR of 9.84 and he just ran a 9.86 at the London Diamond League, so like I said, he's really in shape. The only hick with him is that he usually don't run his fastest race in the final, and that's why he's coming 4th or 5th at every championship. It's just a question of running your best races when it counts the most. So realistically, he's not going to grab a medal, but I really hope that he does. Alright, let's talk about Kerley now. He's one of the fastest in the field, that's for sure. 9.76 is personal best, 9.88 this season. I mean, I was wrong the last time with him at USA's. I thought that he wouldn't even make the team, and then he showed up, dropped a 9.8 and made the team. So I think Kerley is in a good position this year. He has the experience, he's been there, he has a lot of medals, so I think he has a great chance of medaling. But like I say, every single time he's gonna have to drop a fast time if he wants to, because 9.8 high is not going to give you a medal. But Kerley, like I said, is one of the fastest, so if he can come back to a 9.7 shape, he can maybe even grab the gold medal. Alright, now let's talk about Lyles. I mean, he's probably one of the favorite to win with Kishane Thompson and Oblique Seville. He's been looking very good this season, 9.81 in London. And you know that Lyles is going to be at his best when it counts the most. And I believe that he's gonna drop a 9.7 in the final of the Olympic game. And so if everybody doesn't run their best races, he's definitely going to show up and win the gold medal. Now the only thing is that he doesn't have the highest ceiling for me. Kishane Thompson is faster and Oblique Seville has a lot more potential in the 100 meter dash. But the big advantage that Lyles has is that he's really consistent and he's always showing up when it counts the most. He's really confident that he's gonna grab the gold medal, and honestly he should, because he's really one of the favorites. Alright, now let's talk about Kishane Thompson. I mean, he's the fastest this season, 9.77. He's probably the favorite on paper, but the only thing with him is that it's his first global championship. He has never been to a world championship or an Olympic game, and that's a big factor because the pressure of the Olympic game is very different, and I don't know how he's gonna react. Maybe he's gonna be okay, but we don't know. But I mean, on paper he's the fastest. People are even saying that he can drop a 9.6. Personally, I don't know because 9.6 is like Tyson Gay and Johan Blake Prime. But hey man, we never know because the way that he ran his 9.77 was very impressive. So maybe he's gonna run the 9.6, but I will say that most likely he's going to drop a 9.7 something. Alright, now let's talk about Ferdiand Omanyala. It's kind of difficult with him because he's very fast. I mean, 9.79 this season. Yes, it was an altitude, but I still believe that he can drop a 9.8 at the Olympic game if he executes well his races. The only thing is that he doesn't perform well at the big championship. He's always running slow at the big championship, like 9.9 or 10.0, so if we are being realistic, he's not gonna grab a medal. Maybe gonna make the final this year because he's looking, good. At the start of the season, he was running 10.1, 10.0, and then as the season progresses, he dropped his time little by little, so he's looking to peak at the right time, but I think the mental part is just not there. Alright, it's time to talk about Kenneth Bednarek. It's his first Olympic game in the 100 meter dash. He did the 200 meters at the Tokyo Olympic game. He has a lot of experience. He's been to a couple of world championships. He has 2 silver medals. The man has experience. And I mean, he's really fast, 9.87 this season. And one thing I know is that he's always showing up in the final. So I believe he can drop a 9.8 very low in the final of the Olympic game and maybe even grab a medal. But the only thing is that I don't see him drop a 9.7 or a fast time like this. So he's not in contention for the gold medal, but like I said, he can sneak in and grab a medal. Finally, we have Oblique Seville. He's also one of the favorites to grab the gold medal. 9.82 this season. He beat Lyles in Jamaica. He was very close to Kishane at the trials. Like I said, he's one of the favorites. The only thing with him is that he always comes forth in the big final. And usually he runs his fastest in the semi-final, and then in the final, he runs slightly slower. So the real question with him is he going to drop his fastest time in the final? Maybe the pressure is too high and he doesn't execute well, but like I said, he has one of the highest ceiling. I think he can definitely drop a 9.7 at the Olympic game, and he can definitely grab a medal. And honestly, he has to because the Jamaican are going to be crazy if he ends up 4th again, so he needs to grab a medal this time. Alright, so with all of this being said, let's get to my top 3. And in first place, I have Lyles. I mean, he's one of the fastest this season, 9.81 into a headwind. He has the experience, he has the medal, he's gonna show up in the final, he's gonna drop a PR, he's gonna drop 9.7, so he has a lot of argument to win the gold medal. But now it's going to be very close with Kishane Thompson. I have him in silver, but honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if he grabbed the gold medal because he's really that fast. The only thing is that he doesn't have the experience, and that's why I'm going with Lyles. And finally, in third place, I have Oblique Seville. It was very difficult to choose, but I think he has the potential to go 9.7 at the Olympic game. It's just that he needs to execute well in the final. And if he does, he's going to grab a medal. But you know that Fred Kerley, Lamont, Marcell, Akani Simbine, Letsile Tebogo are going to be close. Alright guys, that was my prediction for the Olympic game. I hope that you've liked the video. If you do, like and subscribe to the channel, and tell me in the comment section what is your top 3 and do you agree or disagree with me. And on this, see you in the next.